What's up guys, I wanted to show you this potentially perfect front yard flyer, and I think you're really going to like this transmitter. Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
Popeye and Amelia are hanging out inside, taking a nice little cat nap. We're the RC Sailors. Welcome to our RC family. Why is that so funny?
Popeye doesn't take cat naps.
Popeye's tiny enough he could be a rat, so he is taking a rat nap then. How's that?
Aww.
Guys, welcome to our RC family. If you're new to the channel, just know that we have over 1,400 videos of family-friendly RC content, with no exception in today's video. We're going to take a look at this little drone. I think it's the perfect size to be a front yard flyer, but we are going to test it and let you know if we think it's worth your hard-earned money. Now what I like about this drone is the transmitter. Abby, let's get a closer shot of this and show them why I think it's so cool. Now what's so unique about this is the fact that all these buttons are on the face here. It's a very thin, sleek design. There's a couple shoulder buttons, but the joysticks, now we've seen this before and some other toys implement it, but see how that slides around instead of a regular thumb joystick? This should be a really unique flying experience, and I'm excited to fly this for you so we can let you know if we think it's worth your hard-earned money. All kinds of things going on. You guys can see our new grass that we got there. The FPV shot looks good. Let's do an auto takeoff button. Hopefully this works.
Oh, that's quiet.
Started the motors.
Oh, there we go. The motor startup was quiet.
Well, do you know why it's a little bit quieter?
Why?
Because
No?
it's a brushed motor.
Oh.
And that's okay. But this has a direct driven motor and prop. There's no gears in there.
Oh, okay.
So it is nice. It is quieter than a lot of drones. And you guys notice how this is hovering? Let me just walk out here by the drone.
Hands-free.
Completely. Even in the wind.
Wow. Does that have some type of optical positioning, or is it just that good?
I believe it does. It's amazing. This has altitude hold. Let's just fly out a little bit. This has altitude hold. Flying up some too.
Jeez, you might be right. This might just be the perfect.
It very well could be. Now that little descent there that it did was it. I did not bring it down. So it's kind of interesting. Looks like it's slowly climbing back up to where it was though. We're gonna wait for the car to go by and fly up some more.
Okay, it's really hard to see in the tree.
A black drone is definitely harder to see in the tree. You want me to go that way?
Yeah, there you go.
Abby tries to give me hand signals
and
while we're doing these videos, and they don't work, and they kind of are frustrating. Let's see.
Oh, marriage.
That's okay. Well, I think the camera quality looks okay. Look at this, Abby. See?
Nice. Does look good.
Now, what I don't like, and I'm going to point this out because I think all drone manufacturers, anybody watching this video should know, that when you have these white buttons on screen, the icons, the screen recording that you guys are seeing, I don't like that because in the sky it's very hard to see. You guys notice the white clouds, the light blue sky, hard to see. But then down in the bottom with the greenery, the gestures and stuff, much easier to see. So, just something to point out. Let's fly this around a little bit more. I do want to hit some of these buttons, and I really am interested in just flying with these joysticks because they're so unique. And it feels good. I know at the beginning you were saying, Abby, I need to find the rates, so that's not rates.
There you go.
That should have been rates. And we might end up in a tree. I'm bringing it down. This definitely is not good at fighting the wind.
It's way down there.
Yeah.
By the stop sign.
I did say potentially perfect, right? Now, that's the reason we do these videos. I'm going to fly this some more, but I wanted to recap what just happened. Luckily, it did just land on the neighbor's driveway. I just held down the entire time. But I think what happened was the top right shoulder made the drone rotate 180 degrees. I believe that might have put it in selfie mode, possibly. I'm going to fly it again and double test and see if that's what happened. Generally, that's a flip button. Then when I hit rates, I did get a bit more control, but it didn't seem like enough to fight the wind. Also, if it did go into selfie mode, then I would have actually been just flying even faster, farther away, because the controls would have been reversed. So let's put this back in the air and see how it continues to do with my newfound knowledge. Auto takeoff, and let's push up a bit. And the controls are not opposite, so I want to figure out what that was. I'm going to fly up and just kind of hover here in the yard a little bit.
Is it like a headless or something?
And look at that, every time I release the throttle, it just comes down quite a bit. So I'm going to fly a little higher. Might as well just get into the sky there for you. Okay, so I'm going to hit that right shoulder button. Look at that, it just starts rotating. It does a 180-degree rotation, and I think that's just like, so it's like a half panoramic shot. Let's hit the rotation. Now when I push away, it still comes toward us. So it doesn't mess with the controls. I was just having issues fighting the wind. And that's not really good.
And when you hit that, you probably lost orientation, I'm guessing.
I knew it was rotated.
Oh, okay.
So I think it was just struggling to fight the wind. Again, we have rates on the top left, 2 and 3, and that is the fastest we can go, but really not that fast. It's a real shame. These are the larger brushed motors, which a lot of people like rather than the smaller size. And when it's hovering here in the yard, it's doing okay. But the way this optical flow works is kind of acts like a GPS, but a cheap GPS. You don't have to have a GPS system on board. If the wind starts pushing it to the right, it's gonna say, oh, I know I'm moving to the right, and it's gonna compensate and push back to the left some so that it doesn't move. But when you start pushing the right stick, right, when you start flying it around like this, like what I'm doing, it turns the optical flow positioning off until you let go for at least a couple seconds. And then it registers, hey, I'm holding still, and I need to be perfectly still for the user. We're seeing a lot of this style of drone, and now seeing the optical flow implementation on this drone is nice. It's not a horrible drone, it just can't fly in any wind. So bear that in mind. I think it's probably a little bit too big to fly inside, which is why we're flying it in the front yard today too. If you're okay with a close range, front yard, easy to fly little drone, then this is a good one for you. It does come with a really nice case, which I'm not even going to bother to show. Now when the wind isn't blowing, this is very easy to fly and it can handle all of this. Now I'm in rate 3 though. And the little joysticks, that's kind of the main point, the little thumb pads. They are okay. What I don't like about them is this. I'll show you out here.
Okay.
They rotate. You see
Yeah,
this?
I was telling Nate about that inside. They spin.
Yeah.
They go in a circle, so they're not like locked in, and I felt like that would kind of mess with you while you were flying.
It does.
It does? Yeah, I figured.
So while you're flying and you push one of the sticks in a direction, it might rotate some, and it really messes with you. Like the joystick shouldn't be rotating like that. So I like the idea. I love this style of drone. It's nice and quiet, which is awesome. And the optical flow or visual position hold system on the bottom is actually working really good. I'm gonna be quiet as this guy drives by here.
Well, show them our landscaping we've been working on. There's been some changes.
Sure, okay, we can do that. That's kind of what a drone like this would be good for. So I'm gonna just fly it out. It looks like I'm really close to the power lines, but I'm not that close. And see if I can frame it up here.
Oops, I lost you on my camera.
Just kind of flying down some because we don't have the ability to angle our camera. And let's see if it'll hold. There we go.
Scoot, go forward a little.
No, that's pretty good. We're doing okay. I can go this way some.
Yeah, I'll have to crop that house number out.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's kind of hard, but we got some plants picked out. We got some plants.
Look at that. There we go.
Planted.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it there. Yeah. So all of our free time right now, when we're not appeasing the child and keeping the dog happy too, is hard labor in the front yard. And you can see it's looking pretty good. Yeah. Well guys, this drone for me is okay, but I'm not going to recommend it strongly because for the money there are definitely better choices out there. What we'll do is link this in the description box below, and beside that link we'll put one of our favorite picks in the relatively close price range that is well worth your hard-earned money and does something similar, if not better, than what this is doing. What do you think? What do you think of this drone?
I don't like the transmitter. I mean, I love that everything is like labeled for the most part, but I don't like those sticks. And when we got it out of the box and I was looking at it, I told you, like, oh, these are weird. I'm not a fan of these. And I think that's like the major downfall of this drone. They wanted to give the transmitter a sleek, thin design, but unfortunately, just those sticks, they don't cut it.
Agreed. So generally what I do at the end of the video is give you either 2 solid thumbs up or just 2 thumbs down a pass. It's either a green light or a red light, yes or no. But in this case, I kind of feel like I need a middle option. I think I'm going to start having a middle option because this drone itself isn't so bad, but what I'm going to do is give a recommendation
She was peeing.
of something else beside this link, something that is more well worth your hard-earned money. Not a horrible drone in and of itself, but there are better out there for your money. At the very end of the video, on the outro where the cartoon stuff pops up, we'll have recommended a video there for you to check out, something better than this. So be sure to check out that video, guys, and we will see you there. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.